first episode of our Torchbearer game, a game using a old D&D module called the Sunless Citadel, and we're currently running through it. We were having so much fun playing this game that I thought it would be wise and fun to stream it because it's going so great. And I know as soon as I say that, we're all going to die today. So
TPK.
Everyone's laughing. Yeah, we know that we're going to die. So, if anyone doesn't know who I am, you stumbled onto this channel randomly, I'm Eric Vulgaris, and I am a streamer. I do a lot of role-playing game content. I currently do about like 6 different games right now. Blades in the Dark, Torchbearer, D&D, Stars Without Number, pretty much the whole gamut. I love games so much, and so happy to have you here. I'll be the Gamemaster today. So I don't get to die. I get to be invincible, and I get to let everyone else die as I laugh. That's my role today. That's exactly what Luke and Thor wrote in the Torchbearer book as my duties as a GM, and I'm super excited to bring that here. I'm also being extremely facetious. I will be totally fun and fair as much as I can be for Torchbearer. So,
and you know we're going to kill your characters over and over, right?
Yeah. Forever. Just a immortality in Torchbearer is just a boot crushing your face forever, right? So let's go around the horn here and introduce ourselves, our characters, and then we'll do a little bit of like the prologue part of Torchbearer and catch everybody up for what we did the past few sessions, and then we'll proceed with play. So let's start over left to right. So let's start with Alex.
Hi, my name's Alex, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch. fake_Alex_blue. And I am playing Grice Lastlight, who is cleric of the perennial church of the World Tree. He's a sap-soaked preacher who does not fear to meet his death in the service of his god.
Rad. Yeah, sap-soaked is something that's certainly come up before in our past, and I love that. I love that idea of a world tree and the it's the sticky stuff. I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of Darkest Dungeon-y a little bit. So moving on, Paulo, good to have you, my friend. Tell me how you're doing and who you're playing today.
Oh, hi everyone. So Paolo, aka Baronic Gamer, and I am playing Deckard, who is basically a film noir sort of detective in a fantasy setting, trying to his main quest is try to recover some lost children that are supposedly hidden somewhere in these caves, and on the side he's trying to hunt down his ancient nemesis, who is rumored to be here. Currently, though, he is basically completely dependent on 3 knuckleheads who can obviously do nothing correctly and need his constant supervision.
Yes, it's really funny how individualistic and selfish our group is. It's kind of perfect for Torchbearer. It's awesome. So, Elaine, what's up, man?
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. I'm Alain, and also known as Jexus on various other channels and whatever. I DM a game of Dungeon World for Baronic Gamer. I play a halfling called Gilly Darkstalker, and it's he's a burglar who has been wronged by the people of his village because he messed up and they wouldn't get about that. So Gilly's out on a quest to find these rich kids turn adventurers in the Sunless Citadel somewhere, and he's stuck cooking dinner for these knuckleheads. So,
yes, no, awesome. I love it, and it's really funny how we have 2 different competing somewhat goals for our group here, because there's 2 major hooks for our adventure, and our group just really, I know, I'm really impressed that we both got both sides of this equation here, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in a little bit. But let's keep going with Martin and our wonderful elven ranger.
Well, I'm not sure Arundel is the most wonderful ranger. I mean,
I know.
he's here to. I mean, Deckard might feel that he's guiding our group. We all know that Arundel is the real pathfinder here, or hunter. So Arendelle is from an old elven town that was destroyed by Katla the dragon, and through various travels, Arendelle has tracked rumors down to this area about this dragon. So and the goblins that accompanied him. So he is here actually on a quest for revenge mostly. And of course, maybe keep the rest of the party alive.
And, maybe, but you gotta emphasize that the number one thing you're doing is hunting down this dragon, right?
Well, yeah.
Secondary objective is keeping party alive.
Although Arendelle does recognize after spending some time with them that Grice is clearly the most important person in the party and must be protected at all times.
What is that?
Yes. So, an important... Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, madness has set in very early for Arendelle, unfortunately.
Oh, yes.
I distinctly remember some ripped backpacks that wouldn't have been fixed if not for this hero.
It's true.
Oh, there was I didn't lose anything that was of that I couldn't have missed. No.
Yes. So, an important part of all Torchbearer is the prologue. This is an opportunity for a player to step forward, recap sort of the adventure so far, and you can recover a condition for doing that based on the priority order of Torchbearer conditions, or you can recover a point of spent nature. And if you don't have any of those, then I've been really nice to you. And I think...
You've been really nice to us, Eric.
I think we've been really nice, only because we didn't get that far last session, though.
That's it. We camped,
to be fair.
and then we had one test, and it was a success. So.
Yes. So, it was... No, we didn't even have a test. I think it... Oh, yeah, we did the Lore Master test.
Yeah.
So, who would like to recap anyways, though? Just for fun.
So, from the start, you mean?
Yeah, just give everybody a quick recap of where we're at. Why we're doing this. What happened in our first session with stumbling down the stairs. Meeting Meepo and all that kind of stuff, right? So...
Well-informed decision, Eric. It was not an accident. That's all.
Calculated.
You just calculated risks.
Yes. So, who wants to tell us the story? Because otherwise, I have to do it, and I'm the GM, and I don't want to do it. So
I can start, and maybe someone can fill in the blanks where of the things that I didn't write down or that I just can't remember.
You have an impeccable elven memory. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, but I have a very bad human handwriting.
It's in your nature, surely.
Well, I was going to say you're the cartographer, but I think someone else.
Also, you gave the prologue last time, so he's not allowed, according to Luke.
Literally not allowed.
Yes.
So, but we set out from the town of Oakhurst. There were a few things happening in Oakhurst. We already mentioned that there was a party of adventure. So some children were missing, and there was a bounty set on getting them back, either dead or alive. Dead, if dead, then we should bring back their signet rings. They were part of a group of adventurers that ventured into the Sunless Citadel. So that's one of the reasons we're going there. The other reason is that every so often a group of goblins appears from the Citadel and offers the villagers, I think actually sells them, I'm not sure. But yeah, they sell some apples, and those apples can cure diseases and ailments.
Single apple, it is actually.
A single apple, yeah. So what those villagers do every year is try and plant the seeds to grow their own apple trees, but something always comes and steals the saplings. So that's one of the other mysteries that we heard. Thirdly, there's cattle that's being mutilated by something. Which we found out last session. So we went traveling to the Citadel. We came to what was it? A ravine?
Yeah, it's a ravine.
It's a ravine. Yeah. We found some ancient runes inscribed into pillars that said they were. I think that they were inscribed by goblins, and they warned us of danger, death to trespassers. Arendelle remembered them saying. So Deckard bravely climbed down. Did you? I can't. Here's where I'm getting lost.
I think Deckard definitely was the first to get on the rope.
There was a rope.
We all helped each other get down.
There's a rope going down, but we all helped.
That was it.
Get down the rope. It was sort of almost farcical, but anyway.
Yeah. So we climbed down the rope, and there was a cave. We all decided to just go in the cave and see what was inside. This cave led to, well, basically the entrance to the Sunless Citadel, although there were some problems along the way. Grice fell into a hole, and Arendelle, together with the others, tried to pull him out with a 10-foot pole, because that was a really good idea, instead of just a rope.
It was a 10-foot hole. It makes sense, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. The party was attacked by some rats.
Giant rats. Come on.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the size of small dogs or something.
Golden retriever size, I think. Which is a pretty big dog.
Oh, that's not even small dogs. So yeah, and we slayed those. No, we chased off those rats. We then entered the citadel, and we found the bones of goblins there. 4 goblins that were slain in combat, and then a wild kobold appeared. A wild kobold. I wrote down a wild kobold appears. I'm clearly too much invested into Pokemon Go. So this kobold was called Meepo, and had reddish brown scales. He joined us for dinner and asked us to join him to meet his queen.
I think join him to meet his queen. He was like, no, you have to be my prisoner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was getting to that. He asked us to pretend or, play along that he took us for prisoner. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He told us, or I remember, Arendelle remembered that those the creatures that caused the cattle killings were saplings spawned by ancient corrupted trees. Yeah. So there's that. So we walked through the kobold warrens, I suppose, or. Well, this is in the Sunless Citadel already, I guess. We saw. We went through a room, and in this room, there used to be a dragon. A dragon caged. This dragon was stolen by goblins. We heard the sounds of hundreds of rats walking through the hallway, and then finally we arrived into a big room where Queen Israel was sitting on her throne, surrounded by many other kobolds. And we had an interesting conversation there. Not all of us were really diplomatic, I guess. And that's where we left off.
Yes. And exactly. Thank you so much. I wish I could give you a relief from a condition, but alas, we have not had one yet from our resting and our camping. So, if my math is right, we have 3 turns to the grind, and our lantern has 2 more turns till it runs out. just how we go from our first time with the knowledge check counted it, and now we're gonna get into our sort of like conversation, our deep conflict with this kobold queen, right? Yuzdrael, just exactly how Arendelle described it. So these kobolds and goblins, they hate each other. But due to our disrespect to our party, the party showed the queen. The queen's not exactly too keen about maybe letting them live after they, done their service, right? Because they've been really disrespectful. So what we're gonna do now is a cool part of Torchbearer, where it's a conflict system. Just how like enhanced combat works, this is going to be like a social combat system. And so there's going to be like attacking with direct points, feinting by kind of like, trolling someone into saying something they shouldn't say to get what you want. So we're going to be doing that right now at the start of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump us over to the screen here, and we're going to find some room on this map here, and we're going to set out and do our conflict. So we have some cool conflict handouts we can look at as well. I really should just make its own separate sheet, but let's go ahead and get ready to do this conflict. Okay, so there's two different things we need to do here. We need to determine the type of conflict and what's at stake. So if you recall, the queen will let you try to track down this dragon wormling that was taken from the goblins. But right now, she does not want you to... they'll kill you when you come back. They'll let you live and do this mission, but in return for your disrespect, they'll kill you.
Okay.
Seems fair.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Blame your dwarf and your elf.
I thought the Queen and Grice were at the point of reaching an accord at the end of last session. We were so close.
You were really close, and it pains her though, and she has a rep to protect.
Yeah, fair. Well,
you don't get to be Kobold Queen being nice to Longshanks, so yeah. So I think for this manner of conflict, I think we're going to be looking at the kobolds of. I think I'm just going to have to give them a group of It's not just going to be her, right? It has to be the guards.
well, I mean, how many are participating in the in the discussion, right? Who is she going to let speak for her? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Does she have trusted advisors? Does everyone just speak? And
yeah, it would be
down or what?
It actually would be just her. That's the thing,
But-
though.
Is this also like a Burning Wheel, or we get to choose our field of battle? As in, you could go one-on-one with her, or you could try sort of with oratory, just get the mood of the room against her? Or is this more set?
That wouldn't be a conflict then.
This is the same. This is basically the same as a physical conflict as we did last session, but then using different skills.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, in a duel of wits in Burning Wheel, you can win them both either directly talking to her or affecting the crowd.
Well, in Torchbearer, you have a convince conflict. You also have a convince crowd conflict. So you
Two separate things.
they are two separate
Yeah.
conflicts.
And then I think for purposes of this, it would be a crowd.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because the queen, she doesn't. She may not be able to control everybody, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and if she's trying to keep a rep, it's keeping a rep for everybody else, basically.
Yeah.
We're not too happy about that one, to be
No,
honest.
well, the good news though is that kobolds have might 1, and they have a really low nature score, so there you have a pretty significant chance of winning this with a very minor compromise, right?
So let's hope someone in our party has oratory skill, and not just.
Yeah, so
That'll be a good
I
time
don't
to
think-
start learning the orator skill, though.
Do not
little
think
bit of
anyone has
orator.
it.
I have a little bit of orator.
Descartes has it. Okay, good.
So, exactly the person you want speaking in this conversation.
Is it just me that I don't see the conflict screen in Roll20, or?
I
Yeah,
don't see.
it's just to the side of the light sources, to the right.
Oh,
Wait.
couple debates.
Yeah.
the great kobold debate. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
You can find the conflict skills, etc., in the handouts.
Yes. And what we're gonna do is do PCs. PCs will have a disposition. And so will kobolds. So the way this is going to work, everybody, in TV land, if you haven't seen a Torchbearer conflict work before, is that Torchbearer conflicts kind of abstract how you do damage. What you're going to do is you're going to have sort of like a combined health score called your disposition. This works for fighting conflicts as well as arguing conflicts or running away conflicts. It's basically the HP of your side for what's going on here. And then you're going to be scripting actions that either try to reduce the enemy's disposition, bolster your own, or give yourself an advantage for the next round of sort of engagements. So it's very much like a rock, paper, scissors-y kind of engagement. And you kind of flavor it based on the fiction and what's going on. So right now we're going to be starting to figure out what's exactly at stake here, what exact sort of conflict is going to be going on, because there's multiple different kinds of conflicts which require different types of roles. And from there on, we're going to see what we can get out of the kobolds and what the kobolds can get out of the players. So, what's at stake is you guys being allowed to leave alive.
I think Grice would certainly be pushing for cash up front, cash on completion, being able to make a camp that would be protected by the kobolds, being able to speak to their prisoners. These are the sorts of demands that Grice would insist upon to be able to do this great service for Israel and the kobolds.
Ooh, yeah. No, here's a hot tip with Torchbearer. Asking for more than you think is reasonable is a very good idea.
Yeah, so six dice worth of gold or silver, none of that copper, thanks. per party member up front, and then 6 on completion, and all of the rest of it.
Can I get a different lawyer?
What about a guide to the place that we actually need to go to?
That's a good one.
Yeah,
And proper equipment.
That would save on a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I like that.
Not dying when we get back is probably one of the other conditions that we need to like a minor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm gonna be writing what's at stake here. So
an audience with Katla the Red.
You actually, this is what you're tasked to do, right? Like, you're going to be going to rescue this dragon, right?
But hang on, I thought is Katla Shardalon the previous dragon, or
That's not the stolen dragon, is it?
No, the stolen dragon is a wormling.
right?
Yeah.
Cat Lashardodon is a fucking monster truck of a dragon.
If we're going crazy, why not just request a feast and an honor while we're at it?
Have you remember their food? Like, they don't even like food that's not spoiled. I think that would be terrible.
I think we could better ask them to allow me to cook them a meal.
So you want a guide, you want money up front per character, and I'm assuming,
Equipment.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk to their goblin prisoners.
Guarantee of safe passage to the surface.
Safe passage.
And safety to be able to camp in their territories.
Not much. We're not asking for much.
No, not asking for much at all, right? Okay.
And your firstborn child.
Yeah.
Titles, women.
I just want to be king of the kobolds now, right? No, I think that's fair. Okay. Cool. So now let's start figuring out our dispositions here. So this kobold will have a disposition convince, but she is stronger than a normal kobold because she is queen. So what I'm going to do is roll her nature and add that to make it fair. Yep. Okay. Cool. So the good news is that
Okay.
disposition. The kobold disposition is 4 for this one.
Yeah. And this was...
This is just the queen, right? The queen's just doing this.
This is just the queen. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about a convinced crowd, but I think the queen will speak for everybody. So, really, I just want to see social conflict in action, by the way.
So this is a direct convince now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's the same as a convinced crowd, except instead of orator, you use persuader.
Yep. So a convince, you use persuade, and then you're going to add that to your will. Then plus everybody else who's helping.
Who's going to be conflict leader?
I think fictionally it has to be Grice. Yeah.
Makes the most sense.
I hope you have persuaded though.
I do not, but my will is badass.
So that's good.
Yeah, so I think my will is 5, so let's just do this. I assume everyone is helping with will.
Well, I'm assuming since I have pretty good persuader sort of knowledge of character, so I'm going to do a Cyrano de Bergerac basically. Sort of go in like, she's weak, she cares about this guy. Go about that. And just sort of, point a little bit, talk about this, go there.
Yeah, and Gilly's been right there beside you, Grice, doing the exact same thing you were doing.
Exactly.
Awkward. So he's definitely helping. If it's helping, that let's leave that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, our party had a little bit of conflicted interest in how to address a kobold queen, whether or not they deserve their respect or not, and so a lot of this is kind of fallout from that.
Look, it's an animal. We should treat it as such.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't say that, because that would have been a different kind of conflict, and there'd be a lot more kobolds helping. I'll leave it at that.
I think let's make an antisocial team and an actually socially skilled team to engage in this.
Well, we're all here to learn.
So.
Okay. So everybody's helping.
Yeah. So I guess I'm helping with Will.
Yep.
So just a rules question.
Yes.
If you don't have Persuader for a disposition roll, can you still use it to learn it and then just roll on every 2 successes will be like 1 success? Or is that not how it works?
No, exactly. Yeah, you can use beginner's luck. I believe you can use beginner's luck in conflicts, but once again, you're still facing the double obstacle. Right.
Yeah, it's essentially a double obstacle because you halve your.
Yeah, you have your have your successes. Yeah, that's a better way of looking.
You halve the number of dice you're rolling. You don't halve your successes.
Oh, right. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And 0 because it's a disposition roll. Boo.
Wow.
All right.
So you add that to your will, right?
So that is yeah. 1 success added to
4 dice, 1 success.
4 dice.
Yeah. Okay, so your disposition's 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Is that
right?
That can't be right.
The amount of dice doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem right at all.
You added 1 from all of us, so that should be at least 3.
Yeah.
And then add your will should be 8. Yeah, it's 4 dice. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay. And add that to my will, which is 5.
It's more than 4.
So 6.
Oh, your base will is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So your
I could have got between 5 and 9 on that.
Yeah.
So are we sure that the helping dice are halved here as well?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
You add help and supplies and gear, and then you half it.
All right.
And then you add persona, like on top.
Yep. Okay.
Maybe a time to start using some persona?
Yeah, absolutely. Need to spend it.
All right, and let's see. Let's look at. So here we go. Convinced of your opponent's argument, and you agree to a large concession. You agree to a small. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Grice needs to now distribute the disposition, I think.
And remember, though, if you roleplay well, you get to add a die to your action type. Remember. That's important to remember when we're doing an argument.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I will give an additional 1 to myself as conflict captain and 1 to Deckard because you said you had Persuader.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to deal. I'm going to deal you, Alex, a set of the cards.
Beautiful.
And I'll deal myself a set of the cards. So this is, if you guys have ever played Mouse Guard, folks in TV Land, it's very similar to the conflict system there. It's going to be ending. You're going to kind of create this rock paper scissors effect, and so what I'm going to do is pre-select what cards are going to occur for my character, for the queen. Okay, and I would just set them up like this. Oh, I put him in the wrong slot. Now you go down here. Those are not your cards. Okay.
All right. So what do we think, people? Bit of table chatter. What's the best tactic here?
Go all out.
Yeah. You don't think that our cunning kobold is going to try a maneuver first up?
I think that will probably be it first up. I mean, she'll probably maneuver, then to do something like a rebuttal, you know, just to... I don't think she's got to go offensively here.
Yeah.
Then versus tests are better for us, right?
Well...
You don't want to concede too much.
That's right. That's right.
And if we start with Deckard, who's actually got the skill, the necessary skill.
But the thing is, if we start with someone who's got the skill, we can't help. Right? I think very few of us have talkie skills.
I have Persuader as well.
There we go. That works.
Oh, right. Can't you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't.
What can't you?
Well, you can't. If someone's using Persuader or Manipulator, then the people don't have that skill. They can't help with just the will stat. They have to have the skill.
You can help. You can help with Persuader. Persuader can be helped by will.
All right.
Not unless it's not if you've got the skill. I don't think you can just help with will. Can you?
I think
should be in the skill list
I
somewhere.
think stats can't help skills.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Persuader can only be helped by Manipulator.
Ah.
Beginner's luck for Persuader as well, obviously.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
All right.
But you can help with wises and traits, of course.
So, Deckhart, you want to go up first with an attack? Is that what you're thinking?
I guess so. We could start out by making just a basic point. Yeah.
Yep, and for folks in TV land as well, this is why it's important as the GM. I've already scripted what my maneuvers are going to be. So this way, as the players can talk and discuss about what actions they want to take, I can't like screw them over and be like, oh, I'm going to change my cards based on what they say. So that's why my cards are already set up the way they are, and I let go, and we just have this sort of discussion where the players have this sort of discussion of their plan to take down this kobold who wants to convince them to basically ultimately betray them or not let them leave alive.
All right, I think Grace is going to go next.
Shouldn't we start with start off if we expect the queen to maneuver?
Yeah.
This is convincing what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So shouldn't we start out with a feint, perhaps?
But the thing is, if the queen just goes all out, point,
mm-hmm.
then that feint will cost us.
Yeah.
Do we want to risk it? We want to risk a feint.
We're at disposition 6.
Yeah, we've got a bit of...
I mean, we can't lose it all in one turn.
No?
I don't think so.
Seems unlikely.
Oh, it might be worth it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bump that to second.
Well, give it a try.
Blame me if it all goes wrong.
Right, we'll throw you under the bus. It's okay.
No big deal, right? Yeah.
Feed me to the kobolds.
And then I think Grice will finish up the... Oh. So, do we think that Grice should open with a feint? I like that, actually. Grice will open with a feint. Deckhart, you hammer home a point. You're known for your subtlety. Gilly and Arundel.
I don't have any of those skills, so
it doesn't matter. Who of you has the higher will?
I have Persuader and I have Will 4.
Okay.
And my will is 5, and I don't have any of the skills.
Ooh. Yeah, you guys might really need to consider spending some Persona here to win this. Which would be cool.
What does the Persona do? Is it just an additional die?
It's nature. You can use your nature.
Oh,
you add your nature, exactly.
Right.
You can also... Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
You tax it if it's not within your the nature of a halfling, and otherwise you don't.
Remember, you can also use your nature instead of will or skill in case if it's relevant, right?
Yeah, if the task falls within your nature, you can. Okay, so I think Gilly, you're up last because your will is what? 4?
5.
5. Yeah. I'm putting you up last. Arundel, you'll lead off the next round, okay?
Yeah.
All right. We're ready.
I'm scared.
Right? No big deal, right?
So,
Okay.
but what is Gilly gonna do?
Oh, an attack.
It's an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, the scene opens, and the sort of like initial conflict opens like, you Longshanks have entered into our camp, and Meepo has vouched for you guys' duty to recapture our missing dragon. But your arrogance and your disgrace to the queen of the kobolds, the queen of red scales. This slights cannot be taken lightly. We will give you a warrior's death on your return, and that will be your reward. No more. And all the kobolds like around are like, you know, like smashing their spears on the ground, like "Uah!" And yeah. So she's going to reveal an attack.
Damn.
Whoops.
Oh, nope, it's a feint. Never mind.
That's me.
Oh, shit. Well.
Just reveal my card there.
Oops. My bad.
Yeah, so I think we see Grice, and like he gets up from kneeling because he was kneeling before the queen, and he's sweating a little bit, and there's sap that like is still left over on his hood of his robes, and it's mixing in with his sweat.
It's so disgusting.
He opens his mouth to speak, but the noise from the kobolds is like it's too loud. He's trying to get his words out, but he's just not heard over the roar because I get no action. Essentially, I don't roll.
Yes.
If I take a feint when you attack.
Maybe you can't, like, maybe the crowd is so loud that you just get kind of drowned out as, like, the queen's, like, doing the fucking gladiator, are you not entertained kind of thing. And, yeah,
Yep.
so folks at home, an attack versus feint isn't good. So a feint is sort of like your, like, trick maneuver, but if you try to do a trick maneuver against a direct attack, you just get fucked, right? So that's what happens here. So this is just going to be a straight attack. Right? Hold on. I think the card says something differently, but...
Great start, guys.
Attack versus feint. You roll.
Yeah.
You roll independently and
Yeah.
subtract your successes from.
From our disposition.
Feint, if playing against an attack, it's you've been drawn out of position. You don't test. The attacker does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just
so
subtract.
Grice is
here's
just,
my
like,
question.
tongue-tied and overwhelmed.
So, do I just roll nature because there's no relevant.
You have no weapons.
Yeah, I have no weapon.
Yeah. I guess you don't suffer a penalty for being disarmed, like for not having a weapon, because it's
You're speaking.
talk.
Yeah.
Right, we're speaking. But yeah.
Oh, well, she got 0 successes.
Ha. Ooh.
Oh boy. So you're getting drowned out, and she's like, you know, like this, and but it doesn't seem to affect you guys yet.
And I think eventually, like the noise quietens a little bit, and Grice has got his hands up, and he's like, Your Majesty, please. We came here in good faith. We want to talk. Listen to what my colleagues have to say before you pronounce our fate.
Is a warrior's death not good for them? And so who's going up next?
That was me.
Okay, so it's going to be Descartes. Maybe.
We're already going to throw the persona in on this. I think I'm gonna go all out. So I'm already because just to clarify for me the rules wise, I can use the persona to use my nature instead of my will if it fits my nature. So in this case,
Wait,
No,
because-
no, you
Oh,
get
no?
to add it in addition to. So
Yeah.
if you
Add it.
wanted to,
Nice.
you could actually use your nature and then double tap your nature, essentially.
You can't. Yeah, you're not going to be able to use your nature if you have the skill. That's the thing.
Shouldn't we first see
Oh,
what
wait.
our esteemed GM is going to use? As
Yeah, I've already revealed it's an attack, and it's like, oh, the dwarf wants to speak. The insolent dwarf. We will eat him first.
And now it's easy.
Okay. Hold on, there's somebody at the door.
Oh,
Time.
you're like, hold on, queen.
I'll take this opportunity to actually flip our card.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. That's
Oh,
why
cool.
I
It's going to be a one-on-one. Yeah, I'm actually going to look up the thing about nature just to make sure. But I'm pretty about the rules about using nature in lieu of skills and how that works.
If you
It's under spending persona.
No, like, okay, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that spending persona to use your nature is one thing, but when you can actually just straight up use your nature is a
Right,
different
like
thing.
that.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So yeah, so the queen is kind of like saying like, yeah, we'll eat you insolent first. You're the one who brought this on your group. We were going to be okay with giving you something of our treasure for such a heroic deed, but now your heroism will just be given death. 133. Thank you.
Okay. I guess Descartes sort of looks around and sees that he may have gone just a little bit too far, just slightly. Oh yeah.
You could you could argue that you could act with your nature. Like here's a quick little trip. I guess not necessarily a torchbearer hack, but like a nice like torchbearer tip. Any action that involves you trying to get revenge with your grudge, you can invoke your nature.
That is where I wanted to go because my nature is avenging a grudge, so I want to absolutely use that in this.
Yep.
So in that case, I am absolutely spending a persona in on this.
Yeah.
Or just
No,
free.
so-
you're going to double tap nature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If the character has a skill similar to a nature descriptor, the player tests the skill. Does that not apply here?
Oh.
Because you're trying to persuade, or what was the?
Oh no, you're right. The player has to test a skill. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, but you can still use your persona to add your nature to the skill.
Yeah,
check.
you still have to test with that. Oh, that sucks. Because you have persuade, right?
Technically, it's within your nature, so you don't.
Oh, that's
tax
a
it.
bummer, man. That's a bummer. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, anything against your pursuit of Radgar, you can totally get to invoke your nature if you don't have a right skill.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So do I tap the persona, or I do tap the persona in that case?
Yes, if you
Or-
want to tap your persona, you can add your nature to your roll.
Absolutely doing that.
And I think Grice will help with his demanding nature because he's demanding that the queen hear you out. It's not elegant. He's like,
Yeah.
he may be of a different culture, but my short-statured friend is of the old races. You'll heed his words.
Can you help with?
Turn?
Can you help with traits?
Yes.
Because then I might want to help with my hidden depths and figure out how to actually help with that. Because I've been standing there doing this whole sort of awkward etiquette thing,
Yeah.
looking like a fool, and I think maybe I just sort of realized that this is more serious than what I first thought it'd be, and sort of stand up and sort of make myself more like that they actually take me more seriously.
Yes.
Maybe say something like, I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe it. So something along the lines like we need to, all the races should be able to get along, and there's no need for this awkward.
So you're really you're scolding the queen for being racist. Like, hey, you don't be racist. That's bad. That's weird. That's weird, queen. Is that really what you're doing?
Link back to a joint fight against the goblins, and why should we fight each other if we've got a clear enemy over there?
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense to be like, listen, we're gonna deal with the goblins. Okay, because I thought you were like, I thought everyone was trying to assist with the because the queen insults the dwarf, being like, we're gonna eat you first, and be like, oh, too far, you can't do that. That's wrong. No picking on him just because he's a dwarf. You can't do that. I was like, I don't think I'll let you help you with that sort of talk because of the cold. Like, I don't feel like that's appropriate for. Yeah, no, that works great. Like, hold on. We're losing sight. Like, yeah, you're appealing. Like, hold on. Like, we're not supposed to be arguing with each other. Like, listen. Like, we're gonna do this good thing. Come on. Like, think about the bigger picture here, right? Yeah. Totally. Yeah, that's a great. Yeah.
And how is Arundel helping?
Yeah, Arundel stands next to Deckard and puts his hand on his shoulder and just stares at the queen without saying anything. So Arundel uses the quiet trait.
You're helping by just standing there.
No. I'm putting Arundel puts his hand on Deckard's shoulder and just stares at the queen and just.
As like another body. Yeah. Okay.
Supporting our valiant dwarf.
Well, I got one success.
I mean, you have Persuader. You could just help with words, but okay.
I know.
Instead, you're invoking your trait positively. Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, so you get the help die.
Okay, so that's those. I'll do the talk first, do the roll in a minute. Deckard basically, takes off his hat and sort of tries to look a little bit repentant of, look around at his comrades, just, speaking out for him and silent support on the side, and goes, Your Majesty, I apologize. You know that dwarves like me, we're passionate and fiery and not like the wise and calm kobolds who adjudicate over everything. But you have to understand that this for me is a matter of honor. I am passionate because I am hunting down the vilest of criminals. I'm hunting down a murderer of women and children, someone who is hiding out there slaying everyone. I have to catch that person. Now, I don't care what happens to me after this, but my friends here, they're just here to help me, and it would be terrible if they were to die because of my stupidity. And I hope that the wisdom of the kobolds can prevail here and help us.
That was a good story, dwarf, but I feel like you could emphasize more your stupidity and more of my glory. I know.
White knuckles on a hat.
But
going,
yeah. Of course. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, get a roll, and everybody's helping you.
Okay, hold on. So I need to figure this out. So I have 2d6 because of my skill.
Yes.
Now to this I
You're spending your persona, right?
I am spending my persona, so it's
So no,
nature
so
on-
it would be like a regular skill roll, right? Like this would be like a regular test outside of the conflict. So you'd be rolling your skill, but because you're spending a persona point, you add your nature. So you're adding your
That's how
nature.
to- so it's plus
So-
5 in this case. So that's
Is your
7.
nature 5?
My nature is 5.
Hot damn! Yeah, so you're adding 5 dice on top of an extra die for role playing, on top of everyone else helping you.
That's 7. That's 8. That's 11.
Yeah, so go ahead and remember use the glorious macro that Alex.
I have no idea exactly how to do this now. So name the test. In this case, it is Persuader.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stat roll will be Nature in this case.
It'll be Persuader again.
It'll be that's how it works. Okay, so we'll do Persuader again.
The obstacle is 0 when you get to it.
It is let's see. It is 5 for Nature added. It is 1 for role playing. It is 3, so that is 9 in total. And obstacle is 0. You said
0 because it's a versus test, or you could put 1 if you wanted, but it doesn't matter because. Or no, this is independent, so we're actually going to be.
It's 0.
Yeah, it's 0.
Yeah.
We both do damage in this attack, but I do 1 and you do.
11.
I don't. It hasn't showed up yet.
Do
Fingers
6.
crossed, people.
6.
Fingers crossed.
It's typing. 4.
4.
That's good.
I'll take it. I'll take
That'll
it.
work.
You got
Because
wow. That's so many dice, but you got 1 6, which if you wanted to, you could spend a fate point to open it, right?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go for it. I think. I want to spend it. I want to get him.
Oh no, you don't have to.
We don't
No,
have
the disposition
Oh, yeah.
was only 4 anyway.
Oh yeah, your
was it?
disposition was already 4, and you would have gotten an additional success because you're a higher might than them.
I don't think that applies to talkie conflicts.
Ah, fair enough.
That's only when the physical size is like a real factor.
Okay,
You can riddle with things of any size and treat them as equals.
so
It's so egalitarian.
And now imagine goblins bowing down and going, "We're not worthy, mighty dwarf."
No. I imagine sort of like fathers and mothers, getting a tear away, going like, God, just holding on.
Deckard, yeah, no, Deckard, you fucking you nail it then, right? You guys all nail it here, and you see the queen kind of like wiping tears out of her eyes and says like, "Your story of avenging grudges holds a dear place in my heart. You see, goblins killed my king and my husband, and I too know that pain of wanting revenge, and that emptiness and full drive. I get it. That is something that crosses all racial boundaries. Hatred, revenge, the need to kill."
Covers his eyes and looks away.
Yeah, don't forget to be keeping the accounting of your rolls and a success for that stuff, right?
Oh God, yeah.
When you invoke your nature, does that count as a test for your nature?
Yeah. When you tap your nature to perform, when it's within your character's nature, there's no tax. There's a test outside your nature, and successful nature is taxed.
Yeah.
Is taxed.
Oh no, this was well within your nature. You're avenging a grudge.
Yeah,
Right.
And-
it doesn't count as an actual nature test.
Yeah, that if you were to roll nature instead of a skill that you don't have, that's when you'd mark nature tests.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yep. So, goddamn, yeah. So this was a retardedly good argument. Sorry. You guys won full no. Oh, you lost 1, right? But it's still basically a major or an extremely minor compromise,
Yeah.
right?
I guess we'll take like a 10% discount finder's fee.
Yeah. She looks at you guys and she goes, the Red Scale tribe will if you come back with the worm, if you're successful, right? The Red Scale tribe will, you'll always be friends of the tribe. Like you can leave with impunity. Our camp is yours for this noble quest. Meepo join them as a scout for and Meepo's like, but starts to protest, right? And like, I will hear none of it. You brought these loyal heroes here. You will guide them, right? And everyone's like, "Whoa, blah, blah, blah," and
me, bo.
yeah.
Well, if you think
It was,
it's
and she's like, it was on your watch that the goblin stole our precious dragon. It will be on your watch that it's reclaimed. And everyone's like, ooh, redemption. And, yeah.
Does she also agree? Does she also offer cash up front?
Well, yeah, she has to, right? Yeah, she offers,
I mean, there is a minor compromise here, so like maybe it's less cash.
oh no, she'll offer you something on her throne behind her, right? Remember how I remarked how there's a bunch of like random like garbage treasure? She's like, come back, and I'll give you on success we'll give you one of our most endearing treasures, and this says the key, and she like points to this key that's sitting inside the maw of a dragon that's sort of like embossed on the wall behind her. It's like the key, and everyone's like, ooh, the key. The key.
Decker turns to Ernil and goes, key?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty apparent that they don't know what it is, but obviously it's something important.
Gilly steps up. Well, take it.
We will give you this gift. Consider this key gives you access to inside as a symbol to give you access to in and out of our tribe's area. Present the key, and all red scale kobolds will know what to do.
This is a great gift, Your Majesty. The only small thing, Your Grace. We were hoping to pick up some supplies, and so we were thinking more along the lines, perhaps, of gold or silver
Or weapons.
Particularly gold.
Yeah, Deckard will lean forward to Grice and go, yeah, particularly gold. Get cash.
This key's too valuable for us to spend on such sundries.
Fair point. The key is made of gold.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Like, it's a fancy fucking. It's like key. It's like key to the city kind of key. Like, it's much larger than a regular key.
We can break off bits and pieces and
Yeah.
sort of we can fix it with.
But if you want coins, we have coins.
And gold paint, and make it look like the original thing. We'll just sell the whole thing.
Can I do a lore master test to see if Arendelle knows anything about this key?
Yeah. Do you want to figure out something about it?
Let's advance the grind.
I mean, really?
It's clearly an important key.
Would you like? Yeah. This could be. Ooh, I guess lore master.
I mean,
Actually,
right?
no.
Yes.
This is the part that I get.
Forgotten lore?
No, this actually might be what's doctrine?
Theologian?
What's it? Yeah, theologian.
Grice?
Because like you know that like it's pretty obvious now that you guys are in like a dragon temple, right, of some kind.
Yeah.
It has some sort of religious significance.
So if something like this would fall within my nature, like because one of my nature is remembering. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would that work?
Well, if you don't have theologian, then you could totally use the elven nature of remembering instead of doing beginner's luck.
Because I probably my nature is higher than Grice's theologian.
Yeah, it's definitely higher. My theologian's low, and I really want to get tests to advance it, but I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
Is Deckard
I mean,
back?
if you guys agree that this is something important that we, but we can wait and do it later at some point. You know, just take it now and
Do it. We're in a relatively safe space, and we could technically get rid of the hungry, thirsty condition that we're going to get.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So then I try. Arendelle tries to scans his memory of long forgotten times and libraries and such to see if he knows something about this key. Is everything okay with Paolo?
His Zoom crashed, which that's the first time I've ever heard of Zoom crashing.
Well, it's Paolo.
Welcome to Twitter.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna test nature then.
Okay.
Does anyone want? Can anyone add something?
You're rolling your nature. I think.
We can only roll if we have the same nature.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because since it's a theologian test, maybe
I'm wondering if I can help with
Bryce can help with
theologian.
theologian.
I can't remember.
It says helping with nature. Players may use nature to help another character if the action of the test matches a nature descriptor.
Yeah.
And unless this is to do with riddles, I'm afraid I can't help.
Luck.
Oh boy. Yep. So this is actually probably a good time to go for a break as he gets rejoined anyways.
Yeah.
So all right. So sorry for that. And yeah,
break.
yeah, we'll go back for 5 minutes and then we'll come back and get back.